You ready, Chris?
You ready, Ben?
Let's get it.
Man, let's get it, man. Welcome to the Follow Ben Lee podcast.
Man, what's good, brother Ben? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. A little tired today.
Yeah,
I
can see that.
That's pretty much it. I'm feeling good, though.
Yeah, look, bro, you been on the hustle. You been on the grind, so, you deserve to be, well, I ain't going to say you deserve to be tired, but I can see why you tired, bro.
Yeah. Same to you, man. You've been ripping and rocking.
Man, look.
Like today, your day is full.
Yeah, you know how we do, man. We stay on the grind, bro. So we asked for it, so here it is, you know what I mean? Business, man. Opportunities are knocking, and you know us, we don't turn nothing down.
Yeah.
If it's from God.
You can't. I mean, if you got goals that you want to achieve and there's things you want to do, you can't just sit around.
Nah.
Because you're not going to get it done.
Absolutely.
You praying like, God, help me with finances or help me with this. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you opportunities, but you just kind of chilling.
Exactly.
Well, you weren't ready for them.
Exactly.
So,
That's crazy. Yeah, people pray for that. They want it. They envision it in their head. They think about it. But like you said, when it comes, you don't want to put in the work. You think, $1 million is just going to fall out the sky. Like, nah, you got to get on the hustle. Like, yeah, you a millionaire, but you got to put in some work. You got to put in the footwork to get it. Yeah.
It's networking. There's all these other things that come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Investing.
Yeah.
You have to do.
Yeah.
It all kind of takes faith.
Bro.
To do it, to communicate to these people, to communicate your visions and your plans. Like it takes faith.
Yeah.
And trust that, okay, the right people are going to be there. The right people are going to help you. And so, like with you, it's just you making it happen because there's things you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting at home ain't going to help.
Absolutely, bro.
Same for me, so.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I want to make it happen because when I get in my 50s, I ain't trying to be doing this later.
Hands
so,
down.
I'd rather get on my grind now while I'm still young, and so I can sit down later when I'm 50, and enjoy kids, enjoy life, go to the basketball game without, punching some clock or anything like that. So, I don't mind putting in the work now. Yeah. That's the good life right there.
That's the good life. And on that note, today's topic which is fear.
Yeah.
And fear and how fear impacts manhood. And I think it's a great connection to what we're talking about, like, business and things that we're doing with our own lives, because we have to deal with fear.
Yeah.
Right? It's either going to drive us or it's going to hold us back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with manhood, fear is like, it's either can be a tool or it can be a crutch. You have a decision to make at every time in your life that there's opportunity, there's something that you want to do. Like, you have to decide what fear is going to do for you.
That's
fear
good.
Going to hold you back, or is fear going to push you forward?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You said the word faith earlier, and now I'm hearing you, and that was good because I never heard it put that way. Never heard it put that way, bro. You were saying that, fear either drives you or holds you back.
Yeah.
I always figured fear would hold you back and faith would drive you, but I like the way you put it though. So it's
there's
really
healthy fear.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's healthy fear that's natural and it's instinctive. Like, if you about to punch me, that's fear. Right? Your aggression towards me is a healthy fear. I'm either gonna fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
That's natural. So like, it's a necessary thing.
Yeah.
But like, fear of the unknown is not really healthy, right?
Yeah.
So because it's just in your head. It's an idea. It's not an actual thing. And fear of jumping off this bridge, that's healthy, right? That's needed.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Me jumping off this bridge,
that ain't good.
You a genius because you conscious. Your brain is like, nah.
You don't want that. You don't want.
We
those
need to
issues.
stay alive. I'm gonna need you to stay on this bridge, right?
Okay.
So that's the thing. It's like, there's a healthy version because it's necessary, but then there's unhealthy uses of it because we're not equipped to overcome or to identify what this is, right?
I like that.
So then fear will hold us back.
I like
That's
that.
negative.
I like that. And that speaks to the unknown. If you're in some charted territory you know nothing about, you're gonna get a little shaky. You're gonna get cold feet. So okay, that's dope. I never viewed it that way. So that's good. So the viewers can hear the difference. They know the difference. It's two different types of fears.
Yeah, and like that, and the decision, what I was talking about is like, I guess it goes back to what we talked about before with Kobe, Kobe Bryant on the biggest stage, right? Game 7 of the finals. Like, you can decide, right, what that emotion is going to do for you. Is it going to drive you?
Yeah.
Or is it going to hold you back?
Yeah.
You trying to win this championship, or you going to lose? And it all matters about the decision you make in your head about that anxious feeling you have.
Yeah.
And you're going to let that hold you back, or is it going to be, I'm going to fight through it and overcome, right? Like, and that's like every day, an everyday thing. Like,
absolutely.
I wake up and I have that decision. Or I got to go into this meeting room, and then we have these, what is this syndrome, or the conditions like imposter syndrome, right? Because I'm afraid that they think about me in a certain way.
Yeah.
They don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah.
They don't think I should be here, but I'm here. For some way, somehow, I'm in this room. So I need to act like I should be in this room.
Absolutely.
I should believe that I should be in this room because I'm in the room.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so or I want to be in the room. I can't act like I can't be in the room if I want to be in there. Because if I believe that I can't, I won't get in the room.
Yeah.
See, when we look at, black folks talking about being at a seat at the table.
Yeah.
We need to believe we should be at the table.
Yeah, you belong there.
I belong here, right? But if I act like and I live as though I don't belong there, I'm not going to get there.
Absolutely. All day, every day. And like you said, it's a mental thing. And fear is an illusion, pretty much, right? Fear only has power if you give it to it. Like if you give it charge over your life, then fear is just going to rule you, And what I want to ask you, bro, is how much power I feel like it doesn't have any power. Fear has no power unless you give it to it. But I guess for the viewers out there, like, how much power do fear actually has? Like, how much do it have?
Fear has a lot of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, fear is a powerful thing. Because, like, our brain doesn't know whether something's real or not, right? We identify something, like, we have to consciously think whether it's real or not. Not our brain. Our brain's going to be like, no, it's real, don't do it, Like, our brain's going to do it for us. That's subconsciously, like, we're just going to be controlled by our body. And that's not a good thing. So fear has power. It is a powerful tool. That's why I say it's a tool to either bring us forward or it's going to hold us back. And, we just keep talking about, like, mental health. Like fear is, like, the hidden driver around our struggles, with anxiety, with, depression. Like, fear is in there working its way. And that's why I say it's powerful, because if it's unchecked, it's going to control you.
Facts.
And then you're going to be stuck, or you're going to be, you're not going to have the things you want in life.
Yeah.
Will Smith always says, on the other side of your greatest fear is the thing that you desire the most. Like, there's nothing that you're going to do that is not going to have fear right at the door. Fear is the doorway. And to get the thing I want, I got to fight through this thing.
Absolutely.
With everything, whether it's love, whether it's finances, with business, whether it's anything you can think of. Like, fear is going to be right there, And we have that decision to make.
Absolutely.
So that's why I say fear is powerful, because it's either going to, like, I overcame this one step of fear with a little thing. It's like, man, oh, that was it?
Yeah.
And I gained momentum, right? It's like working out. It's a little bar with no weights on it. Okay, it's just light. Put a little 5 pounds on it.
Not bad.
Okay, it's not too bad. A little sore. Put 10, and it just builds up. And then over time, my strength gets better. And so when my endurance gets there, it's like, oh, now you can recognize when fear is there and be like, oh, all right, cool. I should do this now. Depending, obviously, on the situation, but, like,
okay,
if it's like, I want to be with this girl, I want to marry her, and I recognize that there's fear, all right, let me communicate it, let me recognize it, and push through. Because once I do that, there's going to be something on the other end of it. You know, on the other end of the rainbow,
Yeah,
right? It's the
yeah,
pot of
yeah,
gold.
yeah.
But that's every day. We got to keep doing that.
That's
to
dope.
build that endurance.
That's dope. That's dope. So you feel like with the endurance and the reps, you know, you can pretty much overcome any level of fear. Because I would only assume, because when you spoke about the weightlifting, you know, you start off no weights, 5 pounds, you move up to 10 pounds, 20 pounds, so on and so on. And what I would think of, I'm like, the more you elevate, do you think the fear would present a greater challenge? You know what I mean? Like the old saying, them old heads used to say, like, new level, different devil or something like that.
New
like,
level, new devil.
new
something
devil,
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah. Well, yeah.
True. That
yeah.
is true. But you're stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You can identify.
But you are stronger now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fear is that's not you.
Yeah.
That's the fear of the thing. And that, you know, whether it's subconscious things or whatever, it's gonna keep getting bigger. The bigger things you're trying to do, the bigger the fear.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So new levels, new devils for sure, because it's a bigger level,
Mm-hmm.
the greater the thing,
Mm-hmm.
the greater the fear
Yeah.
to overcome, the obstacle to get through. And yeah, and the way I look at it is like earlier this year, you know, so I've had facial hair my whole adult life since I could grow facial
Yeah.
hair, right? My friends used to call me Patches, everything, because my beard was coming in.
Uh-huh.
I was a late bloomer,
Yeah.
pretty much in every aspect of my life, like just kind of a late bloomer, just coming to myself late. And so my beard, I didn't get a solid beard till I was maybe 28, and I'm like 33 now, so it's like, all right, you ain't saying nothing about my beard now.
Yeah.
But I lost my hair
Yeah.
at the same time. But anyway, at the beginning of this year, my barber was like, yo, you know, you should switch your style up. You know, you're just kind of in the same routine all the time. I was like, what you mean? He's like, you know, you have the same haircuts, you know, the same look. You don't see yourself in different ways. You see yourself one way.
Mm-hmm.
You're comfortable with yourself one way, right? And I was like, yeah, but I like the look. He's like, nah, you're not getting it. He's like, and he's talking to me. He's like, yo, I switch my hair up all the time so I can see myself in different ways. I change my beard. I shave it off.
Okay.
I do this
I
style,
like
do that,
that.
so I can see myself in any way possible to be good with myself. I was like, dang, you didn't have to put it like that. Fine, right? So he was telling me to like shave my beard off. I was like, no, I'm not fully comfortable with that yet because I don't want to look like an alien. So I just did the goatee.
Yeah.
And it was so weird. I hated the goatee. It was whack. So, but, you know, after a while, my hair started coming back, and I was like, man, well, I don't want it to be uneven.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just cut it off. I cut it off, and I hated it. It was so awkward to see my face. I didn't see my face for over 10 years.
Yeah, the smooth baby face.
Yeah, man, it was weird. So weird. But I was determined. I was like, all right, I'm going to keep this low until I get comfortable with myself. And I kept shaving it. And there was one more time. I was like, let me do it one more time because I'm starting to feel good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do it one more time before I let my beard grow back. And I did it, and I felt great. I was like, man, I was good with my face. I was good with what I looked like. And that did something in my head. You know what I mean? That now I can like just do stuff. I'm not afraid. You know, that empowered myself through fear of what I would look like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then imagine that in other aspects. What would I not have done since then because of the fear of the idea of it, you know? And so because I did it, and it was such an impactful change, it strengthened my, you know, it calloused me a little bit, you would say, right? It gave me some callus on my hands for the workout.
Yeah, it got tough.
Yeah, I got tougher. And so then when I shaved my head bald, it just was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Like, I didn't even think twice about it. You know, this is something I want to do. My hair is low anyway. Whatever, I'm going to do it. So I got comfortable. So then it makes decisions easier. Like, you're like, all right, cool. Yeah, I can think about the fear, but nah, I'm good. I'm going to go. And then, like, fear is, like, kind of just fades.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as powerful. It might be a thought. And you're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, just
like,
brush it right off.
Because it's the conscious mind. We're making conscious decisions. And fear is not like that. It's not so much of a resistance. It could be big, but it's not as big of a resistance because we're stronger. Yeah, and that's why I would say to answer your question.
It, bro. I like it. The more you talk about fear, even if it's big, the illusion part is small. You know, it comes as, it seems like a huge lion, but it's really just a kitty cat.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right. It's like that shadow in the distance.
There we go. Yeah.
Because the bigger, or it's like the further you are away, the bigger the shadow.
Yeah.
And then the closer you get to it, like,
it ain't nothing. Yeah,
right.
It's a little bush or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I like that, man. So the empowerment behind it, you know, I don't have, stats or anything, but I can only imagine, like, there are brothers out here that lack that empowerment because they're so caught up in fear, you know, and I can speak for myself. Like, I've flown in, you know, I was in fear before too, and a lot of stuff went, you know, got cast to the side. So I can see brothers living in fear, not fulfilling destiny and not fulfilling, you know, business opportunities, not fulfilling marriages and family, other obligations out of, you know, just solely based out of fear. You know, so I can see stuff like that happening, like destiny is not being fulfilled, you know, because of fear.
What, like, specifically, like, do you have any specific things that you dealt with fear with?
Well, like I said, you know, I just named off.
No, like with you, like, transparently, you know what I mean? Like, your experience and, like, how you've overcome it.
Well, I can speak about football. You know, my first time going out there, it was, my mom, she had to push me to get out there, to get, you know, go out and try out for football and play football, because I was fearful. Like you stated earlier, what do they think about me? Will I fail at this? You know, am I any good? You know, this and that. You know, I'm like, I ain't no good at football. I ain't never played these cats. I started in high school, so I didn't start like everybody else at the Pee-wee levels in middle school. I came in as a sophomore, you know, playing football. So it was just all these thoughts, you know, am I any good? This and that. So the fear was there. And so I go out there, try out, get on the team. But, you know, first days of camps, the first few weeks of camp, you know, that fear was still there. You know, I was still going, but the fear was still there. And so I would underperform in certain activities and routines, you know, workouts, because I was so caught up in my head with the fear. And I remember my coach, Coach Johnson, he had me line up against every offensive lineman in every defensive lineman. And we would do these head tackles. And so, like you said, you know, that toughness you had to get. He had to put that in me. I had to get tougher. He seen I was fearful, so he would line me up against the lineman, and we would just hit. And like, all right, and I would get knocked down. He like, okay, next. He lined me up against a fresh lineman. Go at it, tackle, boom, go at it. He just kept going. The routine kept going and kept going and kept going until I got stronger. And so now I'm pushing these dudes back, and now that confidence is rising up, that empowerment is starting to rise up, because now I'm getting stronger. Now I'm learning techniques. Now, you know, the lineman that, you know, pushed me back, now I'm learning his movement. So I'm seeing, well, you could view that as the lineman as being, quote unquote, the fear. You know, so the fear, I'm facing that head on. Yeah. And now that I'm learning the fear, I'm learning his techniques and how it's moving. Now I'm able to overcome it because I'm facing it for so long, and I'm getting stronger, I'm getting bigger, you know, I'm getting tougher. And so now I'm able to overcome it. So I would link that. As far as I can think back, my first encounterment with fear is, you know, that, you know, going out for football and thinking I wasn't going to be any good, and I turned out to actually be good.
Yeah, I think that like brings up a very good like example of how to overcome fear. Is like, we need each other, right? Like, I need you, I need somebody else, I need my parents. Like the community helps with overcoming fear. Also,
support is major.
Support, like your mom pushing you, that push helps you overcome it. So sometimes, like, facing fear, we need to be pushed, just like my barber, he pushed me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we need each other to push our, you know, to get past fear, you know, to recognize, and that comes to like communication. You know, maybe you didn't communicate to your mom, but say like, as an adult, like, yo, man, I'm like, if I came to you like, yo, Chris, man, I'm afraid to like, start the business. Like, nah, bro, like, you can do it. It's not a big deal. That encouragement is fuel too. It's, that strength that gives me to like try.
Yeah.
And then even if I keep, you started a business and it failed, having somebody like, no, you can do it again. Like, it's just a lesson. Like, take lessons from that, keep going.
Absolutely.
So it's not like that fear, like overcoming a fear is, we're going to get it on the first time. It's a process. Like you're saying, to build the strength, to build the belief that you can do it, to build the understanding, the tools that you need along the way. What's his name? I don't know. There's a quote that says like, I failed at something 1,000 times, right? And then it's the other side of it. It's like, no, I have 1,000 lessons, right, to teach me how to be successful.
Yeah, bro. I like that.
Yeah. So it's like the choice you need to make with lessons too. It's like, all right, I failed at this, but these failures are actually lessons and not failures. I didn't fail. I just learned what not to do.
Yeah.
Like all these relationships that went bad, like I needed to recognize within myself what not to do.
Yeah.
But then I also need to recognize what not to accept or what not to tolerate or what to look for as opposed to what I'm being driven by, And yeah, when it comes to like fear in myself, like I dealt with fear probably my whole life, except for when it came to sports. Yeah, like I wasn't as fearful when it came to sports. Like, I think fear when it came to sports drove me.
Nice. Nice.
It was like the competition, like I loved it.
Out.
Yeah, it brought something out of me that in any other area of my life I wasn't willing to. I was afraid to be that person outside the field as I was on the field. Because on the field it's like, yo, we going head to head. Like, let's get it. Like I'm ready to. It's competition. I can beat you because I believed in myself on the field. But that belief didn't translate in other areas of my life. So I let fear control me. And in every area, like school, my money,
Life
communication,
like
relationships, and even like a couple years ago, I went into that like state of like depression. It was like a constant fear. I was like walking around in a constant state of fear. People looked at me like, "Oh, you look confident." Like, no, I was quiet. I wasn't myself. I was afraid of everything. I was afraid of the way I sat. Was that feminine? Was I afraid of the way I sit? Oh, I said something like, "Oh, no, what did I say that wrong?" Like, every little thing that you could think. That's what fear was doing. It was like the enemy sitting on my shoulder, just like overanalyzing every detail, everything. It's not a good place, man.
Yeah, I'm saying, and not to cut you off, but sometimes they get us in trouble, the overanalyzing part.
Yeah, that's hands down. That's because it's unnecessary.
You're it's almost like you're creating trouble.
Yeah, in your head, because now the next time it comes up, because you've overanalyzed it last time, you're not going to speak up next time. You're not going to do it next time because, oh, man, you overanalyzed it. And now the fear is like, oh, I don't want to do that again, so I'm just going to not go do it.
Back.
Yeah. And that's the negative side of what you said, how powerful it is. And it can hold you back, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It could cause you to be abusive. It can cause you to be aggressive when you don't need to be. It can cause brothers walking down the street. Like if I looked at a brother, just walking down the street, because that whole thing, like, don't look at a brother like too long, because that's a sign of aggression. Yeah.
You ready to fight?
Jay-Z talked about it in a sense because he grew up like Marcy Projects and like in Brooklyn apparently, and he talked about it in his state now. And he was talking to a therapist. A clip on Instagram, and Jay-Z's talking about like walking around and looking at a brother, and him like, yo, what you looking at?
A challenge.
Yeah, and Jay-Z's like, yo, what's your problem? I just looked at you. You a human being. Like we walk, in a sense, that's what he's saying. And he's like, oh no, you're not afraid of me looking at you, right? Your fear is that I see you, and I see inside of you. I see your struggles. I see what you're afraid of. Like, that's what's driving that aggression.
Yeah, bro.
And so once he's like, once he understood that, he understood people. And that's real. Like, that was me. I go to church and I'm afraid to be at church because, man, all the sins, right? All the things I've done wrong, the guilt that's there. So when you look at me, or the pastor looks at me, or minister, somebody that's important.
Yeah, one of them prophets. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, oh, no.
Right. They gonna read me.
Yeah, they see everything.
Yeah.
Like, man, no.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy, man. It was a situation that happened like maybe 3 years ago. It was when I first came to Boston. I was catching a train. I was on the Orange Line in Boston, headed somewhere, bro. But we down there in the subway. Of course, it's crowded, and this guy, he's like yelling. He's like, "Y'all don't look at me. I want no dude looking at me. You think I'm gay? You think I'm gay?" This, and I'm like, "Yo, why is he going off like that, bro?" And not even, this is my first time hearing about, you talking about the Jay-Z thing, and how he's figuring out people. I'm like, but that dawned on me. I'm like, something happened to this brother that, I guess challenged or abused his manhood to where now he's feeling less of a man or feeling threat. Yeah. So I guess when another man looks at him, like I said, nobody was looking at him hard. It's just a simple glance or whatever. He's like, "No, I don't want no dude looking at me. I ain't gay. Yeah. So I'm like, something happened to this brother that, I guess jacked up his manhood. So that makes sense. So it's like it's all connecting. That's connecting. Yeah. So it's the person, whatever's going on in them, whether you want to call it sin, issues, matters of the heart. It's
like subconscious, like you said.
That too. Yeah.
What's happened to him.
Yeah.
Something as a child that's driving him.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah. So I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. So I mean, I don't know if you, I don't know if you're gay. I ain't knocking you. Just do your thing. But I'm like, fam, like, calm down. Nobody in the subway knows you. So it's like, but I get it now.
That's the state. Yeah, that's the state of mind. He's in a state of fear. Yeah.
Man, fear is crazy, bro.
Fear is it is very crazy. And so, like, when I look at all of these things that, like, we've talked about, what we've gone through, like, fear is, like the word, the Bible says, I have not come, or Christ said, I have not come to give you a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind, right? Like, to walk in power, to walk in love, and to walk in peace of mind.
Yeah, that's it.
And fear is going to hold you back from all three of those.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down. You're not going to walk in power. You're going to be timid, right? You're going to be afraid. You're going to be soft. You're going to be like...
scared of everything.
Everything. Love. You're afraid to love. Because, like, what if I love, they hurt me? What if, all the what ifs. And then sound mind. Just clearly those two, you're not in that sound mind.
Nah, bro.
Because you overanalyzing. You don't have no peace.
That's
not sleeping at night. You're not working out. You're probably eating like not good, or you might not be eating at all.
No,
or
stress.
You overeating.
Yeah, man. Stress to the max.
Yeah. And so that's what, like when people talk about what Christ came for, he said it. Like, I have not come to give you a spirit of fear, but power, love, and sound mind. And it doesn't even say that I have not come to give you fear. It's the spirit of fear. Like, so fear is going to be there, right? But it's the state of being.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It's the state of being. Like, I have not come to give you the state of fear. Like, fear is going to be there, but you have power, you have love, you have a sound mind. All three of these things will break through fear. Fear is nothing if you have power, if you have love, and you have a sound mind. And we look at, mental health awareness, understanding yourself, anxiety, communication helps with love. The belief in self comes with the power, and so, yeah.
That's dope, bro. And because I was thinking too, bro, like the scripture, this perfect love to cast out fear, so I'm like, yo, and when I think about that, I'm like, love, like it's comfort in love, like it's protection in love, it's peace in love, so if you're flowing in love, you're walking in love, you walking in, confidence and empowerment, self-assurance, all of that is tied into love, whether it's, you loving yourself, a loved one loving on you, that drives out fear. That's something I noticed as well. When you're we spoke about it already, the support, you're surrounded by love and support, that fear don't exist.
Yeah.
Like it drives it out. It casts us out like with the quickness. Like it has no place, man. So yeah, your perfect love is, is solid. So
Hands down.
Yeah, I would, just challenge everyone to, empower yourself, flow in love, walk in love, be love, and, fear has no place in you.
It doesn't. And especially like, with that love, like, it's like the other side of fear.
Mm-hmm.
There's the other side of fear. It's like two sides. It's love and there's fear.
Yeah.
And you have the choice to make, right? Thank you for listening to the Follow Then Lead podcast. You can reach us on social media at...
The email is followthenleadinc@gmail.com. Instagram, Follow Then Lead Podcast. And our Twitter is Follow Then Lead P. Until next time.
Take it easy.
Word.